For most people, myself included, the thought of falling thousands of feet from an airplane brings on feelings of anxiety and fear. Yet for some reason, when the powers that be decided that we were going to do a story on parachuting, I said sure. And it wasn't reluctantly. In fact, it would be fair to say I jumped at the chance, pardon the pun. My leap into destiny would occur at this small airport in Embrun, a town about 40 kilometers outside of Ottawa. It's not the size of the airport that makes the difference, though. It's the people involved. And my instructor, Glenn Jarvis, was a veteran of over 500 jumps.
Door frame, left foot, left hand, right foot, and he's ready.
Parachuting is not simply a matter of putting on a parachute and jumping out of a plane. Safety is of prime importance. After all, there is very little margin for error. Either you do it right, or you're a pancake in some farmer's field. And this is what is preached to you over and over again in an intensive 3.5-hour course. I would be going through this with my fellow student, Ken. Len makes sure you understand what you're getting into, though. The first thing you sign and pay for is insurance. Not for yourself, but for any damage you may do to someone else's property. The goal of the course is to put you through so much repetition of the jump procedure that by the time you get in the plane, you feel as though you've done it before.
Door, left foot, door, left foot, door frame, left foot, left hand, right foot, left hand, right foot, left hand, right foot, go! Oh, don't have good height arch. Arch 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
Of course, not every jump goes smoothly, and the course covers these situations as well.
5,000. Yeah, plate malfunction. Do something about it.
Do I get a refund?
The only problem I was experiencing was a little discomfort from the harness. To ensure we'd actually absorbed what we'd been taught, Ken and I were given a written test. We passed with flying colors, and it was time to jump. We were first fully equipped. This meant coveralls, a safety helmet, and safety goggles. Then the parachute, and because we were novice jumpers, a radio through which we would be guided to our landing spot from the ground. Once we were ready, it was just a matter of waiting for our plane. At this time, what I was about to do was beginning to sink in. But before I had too much time to think, our plane arrived. Not exactly a DC-10, but Len assured us it would do the job. We climbed aboard, and soon we were winging our way down the runway into the air. As the plane climbed to a height of 3,000 feet, Ken and I sat quietly, both knowing the time for backing out was quickly disappearing. Ken would go first, and this is where the hours of training would pay off.
Go!
Well, Ken was a little anxious, but he was out and floating to earth as we made our second pass for my jump. The door opened and I was ready to go. For that 1 second between plummeting to earth and feeling the initial jerk of the chute, you really experience a feeling of total helplessness. But there's no greater feeling than looking up to see that beautiful parachute above you. There was little time to savor the feeling, though, as I began receiving steering instructions from the ground.
Jumper number 2, turn right number 2. Stop.
And before I knew it, I was making my landing, though not as smoothly as I had hoped.
Well, it's good to be back on Earth. Oh my God. Wow.
What was it like?
It was like a lot faster than I thought it would be like.
So Ken, what'd you think?
That was great. I'd do that again.
Yeah. You just wait till you're 14 feet away and then pull.
Oh, you pulled a couple times?
I think I pulled around 800 feet.
Once it was all over and we had a chance to catch our breath, Ken and I were presented with first-time jumper certificates. I guess I'm well on my way to becoming a Top Gun.